Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Hima. In this video, I will be teaching class 7 mathematics chapter 5 lines and angles. The introduction part has been done in two parts, part 1 and part 2 video. Please watch both the videos for complete understanding of the basic concepts of lines and angles. Based on this, we can solve all the questions given under the exercises 5.1 and 5.2, which will be done in separate videos. Let us start chapter 5 lines and angles introduction part 1. So in our previous classes we have studied about a line segment, angle and also how to identify them. Here we have three pictures. So let us understand what it is. The first one, a line segment. So a line segment PQ, it is generally denoted by the symbol PQ as shown here, and the second figure, it is nothing but a line AB, it is denoted by the symbol AB. We are using a double arrow as shown here, and the next one, it is a ray. Okay, so the ray OP, it is denoted by single arrow as shown here. So we know already about what is the difference between line segment and array. The line segment has two endpoints, whereas a line has no endpoints because A and B can be extended to either direction endlessly, whereas the ray has one endpoint, mean O is the starting point and P can be extended endlessly. Therefore, a line segment has two endpoints, a line no endpoints, and array one endpoint. So this is about a line segment and array. Basically, we know that there are different types of angles. One is acute angle. If the angle is less than 90 degree, then we call it as acute angle. And the second one is obtuse angle. If the angle is greater than 90 degree, then we call it as obtuse angle. The next one is the right angle. If the angle is equal to 90 degree, then we call it as right angle. And similarly, if the angle is equal to 180 degree, then we call it as straight angle. And one more angle is the reflex angle. If the angle is greater than 180 degree but it is less than 360 degree, then we call it as reflex angle. And also we know that how angle is formed. When line or line segments are intersect with each other, so angle is formed. So let us understand with an example. Here we have a triangle ABC and also we have three angles, angle 1, angle 2 and angle 3. So let us understand how these angles are obtained. So here let us have two segment, line AB and BC that intersect at point B and angle ABC is obtained. So angle 1 is obtained. Similarly, the two line segments BA and AC, they intersect at the point A and angle BAC is obtained. Similarly, the two line segments BC and AC, they intersect at the point C and angle ACB is obtained. While referring to measure of an angle ABC, so we shall write measure angle ABC as simply angle ABC. So this is represents whether we are measuring the angle or referring the angle. So let us understand one more example to know how angles are obtained. So here the two lines RS and PQ are intersecting at the point O, and how many angles are obtained? There are totally 4 angles are obtained. One is angle POS and second angle SOQ and the next angle ROQ and one more angle, it is POR. So like this, by the intersection of the two lines or line segments, the angles are obtained. And also we know that how to classify the acute angle, obtuse angle and right angle. Now let us go for next heading, related angle. So what are the related angles? Let us know one by one. One is the complementary angle, and second one it is the supplementary angles, and the third one is adjacent angles. The fourth one is linear pair, and the next one is vertically opposite angles. So let us understand one by one in detail, and after understanding let us solve the questions and also the exercises which comes under exercises 5.1. And before going for exercises 5.1, some examples are given in the textbook, so we'll do that also along with this. The first related angle, it is complementary angle. What is complementary angles? When sum of the measure of the two angles equal to 90 degree, then the angles are said to be complementary angles. That means we have angle 1 and angle 2. If we add these two angles, then the sum should be equal to 90 degree. Then only we can say angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles. That means angle 1 it is complement of angle 2, and angle 2 it is complement of angle 1. So let us understand this with an example. Here we have 30 degree and 60 degree. They are asking, are these two angles are complementary? So what should be the condition? The sum of these two angles must be equal to 90 degree. So add these two angles, 30 degree plus 60 degree, which is equal to 90 degree. This is meeting the requirement of the complementary angles. Therefore, these two angles are complementary angles. Okay. So this is complementary angles. And the second question, 35 degree and 65 degree we have. They are asking, are these two angles are complementary? So again the condition is that the sum of these two must be equal to 90 degree. Therefore let us add 35 degree plus 65 degree, which is equal to 100 degree, which is not equal to 90 degree. That means it is not meeting the requirement of the complementary angle. Therefore angle 35 degree and 65 degree are not complementary angles. Whenever two angles are complementary, each angle is said to be complement of other angle. As I have already told that 30 degree it is complement of 60 degree and 60 degree it is complement of 30 degree. There are few questions are given in the textbook under the complementary angle. So let us see one by one and we'll see the answer also. The first question, can two acute angles be complement to each other? So what should be the condition that the angles to be complementary? The sum of the measure of the two angles must be equal to 90 degree. That is one. And here what they have given, two acute angles. What is acute angle? If the angle is less than 90 degree, then we call it as acute angle. Here we have to say whether the statement is true or wrong. Can two acute angles be complement to each other? Yes. Two acute angles can be complement to each other. For example, if the two acute angles are 45 degree and 45 degree, then sum of these two angles will be equal to 90 degree. So these two acute angles are complement to each other. And next, 36 degree and 54 degree, these are less than 90 degree and these two are acute angles. When we take sum of these two, this will be equal to 90 degree. So this is a complementary angles. Next, 30 degree and 60 degree, the sum of these two angles will be equal to 90 degree. Therefore these angles are complement to each other. And the second question, can two obtuse angles be complement to each other? So one condition, the sum should be equal to 90 degree, and obtuse angle means it is greater than 90 degree. So when we take sum of the two obtuse angles, it will be greater than 180 degree. So it will not be equal to 90 degree. Therefore two obtuse angles cannot be complement to each other. The third question is, can two right angles be complement to each other? So here also the same condition, because one right angle equal to 90 degree. When we take sum of the two right angles, it will become 180 degree, which is not equal to 90 degree. That means sum of the two right angles will not be equal to 90 degree. Therefore, they are not complement to each other. So this is because complementary angles are defined as two angles measure that sum is equal to 90 degree. The next related angle, it is supplementary angles. What is supplementary angle? When sum of the measure of the angles is 180 degree, then the angles are said to be supplementary angles. So here we have few examples. So let us understand this with an example and verify whether the given pair of angles are supplementary or not. So what is given is the first one, 60 degree and 120 degree. When we take sum of these two, it will be equal to how much? It is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, this is meeting the requirement of the supplementary angles. Therefore, the given pair of angles, it is supplementary angles. And the second one, they have given 68 degree and 112 degree. When we take sum of these two, it will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, this pair also supplementary angles. And the next pair of angles are given 100 degree and 80 degree. The sum of these two angles are equal to 180 degree. Therefore, this pair of angles also supplementary angles. And the one more example, 135 degree and 45 degree. When we take sum of these two, it will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, this pair also supplementary angles. Therefore, when two angles are supplementary, each angle is said to be supplement of each other. That means 60 degree, it is supplement of 120 degree, and 120 degree, it is supplement of 60 degree. Therefore, the sum will be equal to 180 degree, and they are said to be supplementary angles. So we'll see few questions under the supplementary angle. The first one, can two obtuse angles be supplementary? So what is supplementary angle? The sum of the measure of the two angles must be equal to 180 degree. Yes. And what is obtuse angle? Obtuse angle, it is if the angle is greater than 90 degree, then we call it as obtuse angle. So here what is the question? Can two obtuse angles be supplementary or not? Answer is no, because obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree. When we take sum of the two obtuse angles, greater than 90 plus greater than 90, it will become greater than 180 only. No two obtuse angles cannot be supplementary, because sum of the two angles must be equal to 180 degree, isn't it? But obtuse angle is greater than 90 degree. Therefore, sum of the two obtuse angles cannot be equal to 180 degree. As I said, it is more than 180 degree. Therefore, two obtuse angles cannot be supplementary. The next question, can two acute angles be supplementary? So what is acute angles? The angles which are less than 90 degree, they are acute angles. And what is supplementary angles? The sum of the two angles must be equal to 180 degree. So let us see two acute angles are supplementary or not. Answer is no, because no acute angles cannot be supplementary, because sum of the two angles must be equal to 180 degree, but acute angle is less than 90 degree. So if both are less than 90 degree, then if we add these two, so less than 90 plus less than 90, it will be always less than 180 degree. It cannot be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, no two acute angles be supplementary. Okay. The next, can two right angles be supplementary? Here the case may be yes, because What is right angle? It is 90 degree. If we take two right angles, 90 degree plus 90 degree, it will be 180 degree. That means it is meeting the requirement of the supplementary angles. Yes, two right angles be supplementary because sum of the two right angle is equal to 180 degree. The next related angle is adjacent angles. What is adjacent angles? The two angles are said to be adjacent angles, or two angles that have a common side, a common vertex, but don't overlap in any way. So let us understand in detail. So here we have a, how many angles are there? Two angles are there. So here the figure indicates that angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles. What should be the conditions? There should be common vertex. So here we have a common vertex is nothing but common point, and they have a common arm, and this is common side for angle 1 and angle 2. Okay. And the next, non-common arms on either side of the common arms. So here this is a common arm, and one side of the common arm, this is non-common arm, and this also a non-common arm. Therefore these angles are said to be adjacent angles. So I hope this is understood. Two angles are said to be adjacent provided there should be common vertex, and there should be common side or common arm, and there should be two non-common arm on either side of the common arm. Such pair of angles are called adjacent angles. Adjacent angles have common vertex, common arm, but no common interior points or no common sides. So this is about adjacent angles. Now let us understand the questions under the adjacent angles. The first one, can two adjacent angles be supplementary? Supplementary angles are the pair of adjacent angles in which the sum of the two angle must be equal to 180 degree. Correct? Therefore, it is possible that two adjacent angles form supplementary angles. It is possible. Why? If the sum of the two adjacent angles may not be equal to 180 degree, that case the two adjacent angles can't be supplementary. That is, they are telling it is possible, may not be possible also. So always we have to make sure that the sum of the two adjacent angles equal to 180 degree. If it is less than or greater than 180 degree, then the two adjacent angles we cannot put it under supplementary angle. Therefore the sum should be equal to 180 degree. The second one, the two adjacent angles be complementary or not. Yes, adjacent angles be complementary. What is the condition for the complementary? Complementary angles are defined as two acute angles with the sum equal to 90 degree. Okay. Can two obtuse angles be adjacent angles? So what is obtuse angles? Angle is greater than 90 degree, then it is obtuse angle. So can two obtuse angles be adjacent angles? Two obtuse angles can be adjacent provided if they share a common vertex, a common side, thus two obtuse angles can be adjacent. So there should be common vertex or common side. The next one, can an acute angle be adjacent to an obtuse angle? So we have to see the questions carefully, what the statement they are asking. So based on that we have to answer it. Yes, two acute angles can be adjacent to a obtuse angle. For example, 120 degree, which is obtuse angle, and two acute angles 30 degree plus 30 degree. If we add these three, it will be 180 degree, which can be possible in a triangle. The next related angle, it is linear pairs. A linear pair of angles is a pair of adjacent angles whose non-common arms are opposite rays, and sum of these two adjacent angle, it is equal to 180 degree. So here we have angle 1 and angle 2, and these two are called as adjacent angles because we have non-common arms on opposite rays, and when we take sum of these two, angle 1 and angle 2, this is nothing but supplementary angle. Therefore, this type of adjacent angles, they are called as linear pair of angles. In other words, a linear pair of angles is a pair of adjacent angles formed when two lines intersect each other. Here we have two lines, they are intersecting at particular point, and angle 1 and angle 2 are obtained. The linear pair of angles are always supplementary as they form a straight line, because when we take sum of these two angles, it will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, the adjacent angles on the linear pair, it is always supplementary also. So here we have figure 1 and figure 2. So here they are asking, are angle 1, angle 2 or linear? It is yes. So we will see the explanation. And in the second case, are angle 1 and angle 2 a linear pair? It is yes or no. It is no. So we have to mention what is the reason in both the cases. So when we take figure 1, observe that the opposite rays, which are non-common sides of angle 1 and angle 2. So already we know that by the definition these two are adjacent angles, and because we have non-common arms are opposite rays, and when we take sum of these two, it will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 1 and angle 2, it is a linear pair. Whereas in the second case, here we have two non-common arms, but they are not opposite rays. Therefore, angle 1 and angle 2 are not a linear pair. Even though it is adjacent angles, they are not linear pair. So this is the difference between these two figures. Let us see few questions which comes under linear pair. The first question is, can two acute angles form a linear pair? So what is the answer? The answer is no. Two acute angles cannot form a linear pair because their sum of the angle is less than 180 degree. So one acute angle, it is less than 90 degree. So the two acute angle, when we add less than 90 plus less than 90, it will become less than 180 only. So it will not be equal to 180 degree because the angles are said to be linear pair when we take sum of the two adjacent angles must be equal to 180 degree. Then only we can say that the two adjacent angles are linear pair. So since here two acute angles are given and sum of the two acute angles are not equal to 180 degree, therefore the given statement, it is not true. The second question, can two obtuse angles form a linear pair? So here what is the answer? Again answer is no. Two obtuse angles cannot form a linear pair because their sum of the angle, it is always greater than 180 degree. So what is obtuse angle? One obtuse angle, it is greater than 90 degree. When we take sum of the two obtuse angles, that is greater than 90 degree plus greater than 90 degree, it will be equal to greater than 180 degree only, which means it is not equal to 180 degree, because once again the angles are said to be linear pair only when sum of the two adjacent angles are equal to 180 degree. In this case, the sum of the two obtuse angles are greater than 180 degree. Therefore, the given statement, can two obtuse angles form a linear pair? The answer is no. The third question, the two right angles form a linear pair. So here the case is different because one right angle it is equal to 90 degree. When we take sum of the two right angles, the sum it will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, answer is yes, two right angles form a linear pair. The right angle is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, sum of the two right angle is equal to 180 degree, which forms a linear pair. When we take sum of the two right angle, 90 plus 90, it will be equal to 180. Therefore, the given statement it is true. Can two right angles form a linear pair? The last related angle it is vertically opposite angles. So let us understand what is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles are angles that are opposite one another at a specific vertex, at a specific point, are created by two straight intersecting lines. Vertically opposite angles are equal to each other. These sometimes called vertical angles. So let us understand, here the two lines they are intersecting at the common vertex. Okay, and there are four angles are obtained. So we have angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. Correct? Angle 1 it is vertically opposite to angle 3 and angle 2 it is vertically opposite to angle 4. We call angle 1 and angle 3 a pair of vertically opposite angles. Similarly, angle 2 and angle 4 they are called as a pair of vertically opposite angles. So, what is the conclusion? We can conclude that when two lines intersect, the vertically opposite angles so formed are equal. Mean angle 1 equal to angle 3 and angle 2 it is equal to angle 4. So this is about vertically opposite angles. Let us prove that vertically opposite angles are equal by using geometrical idea. Let L and M be two lines. They intersect at the point O, and due to this totally four angles are obtained: angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. We have to prove that vertically opposite angles, that is angle 1 equal to angle 3 and angle 2 equal to angle 4. So first let us take angle 1 is equal to angle 3. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to angle 1 is equal to 180 degree minus angle 2, because angle 1 and angle 2 form a linear pair, because and when we take sum of these two angle are equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to 180 minus angle 2. Similarly, angle 3 is equal to how much? It will be equal to angle 180 minus angle 2, because angle 3 and angle 2 they are a linear pair. When we take sum of these two angle, it will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 3 can be written as 180 degree minus angle 2. So here compare angle 1 and angle 3. So both are equal to 180 degree minus angle 2. Therefore, we can write it angle 1 is equal to angle 3. So next, what we have to prove? Vertically opposite angles, angle 2 equal to angle 4. So for that, what is angle 2? Angle 2 it will be 180 minus angle 3, because angle 2 and angle 3 they form a linear pair and the sum is equal to 180 degree. That is angle 2 plus angle 3 is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 2 it will become 180 minus angle 3. Similarly, angle 4, what is angle 4? Angle 4 is equal to 180 degree minus angle 3, because angle 4 and angle 3, they are forming a linear pair, and when we take sum of these two angles, it will be equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle 4 can be written as 180 degree minus angle 3. Now, see, angle 2 is equal to angle 4. Both are equal to 180 degree minus angle 3. Therefore, it is proved that angle 2 is equal to angle 4. In the given figure, we have to identify 5 pair of adjacent angles, 3 linear pairs, 2 pair of vertically opposite angles. So let us start identifying one by one. The first one, 5 pair of adjacent angles. So what is the requirement for the angles are said to be adjacent? There should be common vertex, one common arm and two non-common arms. So with this, let us start identifying one by one. The first pair of adjacent angle is AOE and EOC. So these two are said to be adjacent because we have a common vertex, we have one common arm and two non-common arms. Therefore, this is a pair of adjacent angle. And the second one, angle EOC and angle EOC and angle COB. These two are said to be adjacent. Again, we have a common vertex, one common side and two non-common arms. Therefore, this pair of angles are adjacent angles. And the third pair of adjacent angle is angle AOC, angle COB. So these two are again said to be pair of adjacent angles because again we have a common vertex, we have one common side and two non-common arms. Therefore, this is pair of adjacent angle. And similarly, the fourth pair of adjacent angle is angle COB and angle BOD. So these two are said to be adjacent angles because here we have common vertex, one common side and two non-common arms. Therefore, this is a pair of adjacent angles. And similarly, the one more pair of adjacent angle is angle EOB and angle BOD. Correct? So these two are said to be adjacent because here, which is the common side, this is one common side, and here we have two non-common sides and one common vertex. So with this is a pair of adjacent angles. So like this, we can identify the pair of adjacent angles which meets the requirement of the angles are said to be adjacent. And the second case, we have to identify three linear pairs. What is linear pairs? A linear pair is a pair of adjacent angles whose non-common arms are opposite rays and the sum should be equal to 180 degree. Correct? So with these conditions, let us start marking the pair of linear pairs one by one. The first one, AOE and EOB. Okay. So these two are linear pair of adjacent angles because here we have two non-common arms are opposite rays, and the sum it is equal to 180 degree. Okay, so therefore this is a pair of linear pair. And the second one, angle AOC. Take angle AOC and angle COB. So again this is a linear pair, because when we take sum of these two angles are equal to 180 degree and we have two non-common arms or opposite rays, therefore this is a linear pair. And the third linear pair is, where is the third linear pair? Angle COB and angle BOD. So this is also a linear pair, because these two are adjacent angles and the sum of these two angles are equal to how much? It is 180 degree. That is meeting the requirement of linear pair, and also we have two non-common on opposite rays. Therefore this is also a linear pair. And next, what is the next question? We need to identify two pair of vertically opposite angles. So vertically opposite angles, it is obtained by the intersection of the two lines, and vertically opposite angles are equal. That already we know that. Therefore angle COB and angle AOD are said to be vertically opposite angles. Okay, angle 1 and angle 2, we can name like this also. And next, angle AOC and angle BOD or DOB, these are also a vertically opposite angles. Therefore we have two pair of vertically opposite angles in the given figure. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and share my videos. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to support me, and please press the bell icon for further notifications.